What is going on? What makes a person toxic? So let's talk about that today. I have a few bullet points on my phone, and I am about to release a book called Goodbye Toxic People, and I want to just kind of define what toxic people are and why I wrote this book. I wrote this book basically because I think there is a need to differentiate good people, bad people, and toxic people, because toxic people are not necessarily bad people. In fact, at least 99% of people who are toxic are good people. They just don't know what the hell they're doing. They don't know how not to be toxic because they are dealing with their own stuff. So, but they're still toxic and toxic to you. So they are going to be bad for you. Because most of them are wounded. They are not malicious, you know. They don't have malicious intentions specifically with you. In some cases, they do because, again, there is a 1% that, yes, they are toxic and they're evil and they're bad people. They are rapists. There are serial killers out there. So, yes, those are toxic and bad people. But the truth is, like, most of them are not bad people. And the real harm comes from you absorbing that unprocessed pain. So they're going through their thing, and that is a lot of unprocessed pain. They don't know how to deal with it, and they do things to you or others to make themselves feel better, you know. And again, most of the times, they don't do it on purpose. They are not doing it specifically to you. But when their actions affect you, you need to walk away. You need to leave these people alone and create new space for other people. Now, sometimes it's difficult because the toxic person is your boss, in which case you should be looking for another job if you don't want to move to a different town within the same town. But eventually, it's going to hurt you, it's going to affect your health. And if you're aware of that, then if you let it happen, it's going to be on you, not on the toxic person. The toxic person is going to continue to be toxic to you and to most other people. Okay? And you don't have to justify distance. Awareness is enough. So when you start taking distance from toxic people, you don't need to say, hey, I'm not calling you that often because I think you're toxic and you're affecting me. Because what the toxic person is going to do, they are going to not understand you, most likely, defend themselves, tell you that you're too sensitive and that you are wrong and that they are great people. And again, many toxic people are great people. That's the thing. So, what we are judging here is not necessarily if they're good or bad, but if they're toxic to you. If they're toxic to you, that's enough, and you need to take distance from them, and you don't need to justify that distance because it is for your own health. So now, do it quietly. That's my advice. Call them instead of 10 times a month, 5, and then in 2 more months, 2 times. Just over time. If you don't want to hurt their feelings, because you may love these toxic people. Now there are situations when the toxic person is your spouse. That's more complicated. We can talk about that more in depth in another episode. Because if you are married to a toxic spouse, that marriage will end up in divorce eventually, unless you go through marriage counseling and, you talk to professionals that can help, you and the toxic person understand your problems, and that will be my recommendation. If this is your spouse and you still truly love your spouse, you need to hire a professional that can help you both, because you may be toxic to your spouse, right? Again, toxic people don't know if they're toxic. They are just dealing with whatever they are dealing. So anyway, I think those are all my notes for today's episode. This is the first episode of this series, and if you like this kind of content, please subscribe, give it a like, and I'll let you know when my book is going to be published. Goodbye, Toxic People, and it's 98% written. Somewhere in there, 99 is basically fully written. I just need to go over the format, check it out, and publish it. So anyway, so this is video number 1, testing the waters here. I'm Woodward Park in New London, Hampshire. That's my town. And well, it's not my town, but I live in this beautiful town. We are like about 2,000 people. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions and comments, go ahead, leave them in the comments section below, and I hope to see you on the next episode. See ya.